control.
Alright, so I'm just gonna turn that off first. There we go. So this video is going to be about loadouts, what people run, and I'm going to get it out of the way first. You are a terrible human being if you go around running the Pit of Heresy 4-piece set, Mask of Bacchus with Lethal Current, Mask of Bacchus for Trinity Hall, fucking Final Warning, the whole lot. Honestly, at this point, you are just a bad person. Gimmick builds can be funny at times, but this is the final version of the game. I can tell you now, there is tons of shit people just have not discovered or even like thought about that the devs are never going to be able to patch and will likely never patch, and actively ruins the experience of playing the video game. Will turn people away from playing it, and will kill the player base far quicker than it needs to. This game held 10,000 people with barely any sign of content coming, with no updates for 6 months. So I know for a fact that there will be people playing the game come another 6 months down the line. But if we're gonna run around using builds and just complete bullshit that makes the game genuinely unplayable, no one's gonna bother to play that. No one. You may as well just be using cheats at that point. You may as well go on to whatever the site is. I think it's... I don't know what currency is. Whatever new variant of Ring 1 there is, and just download that instead of playing into whatever the fuck people discover. So at this point, I genuinely just believe if you're going to willingly go out of your way to use builds and playstyles that ruin the experience of other players and make the game less enjoyable. This includes stuff like you running Void Hunter, for instance, and just going against bitty gimmicks before anyone gets that started. Like, if you actively are going to go out of your way to do that, then you're just a bad person. That is the plain and simple of it to me at this point. I mean, even that, I could probably just use a fast weapon, can't I? But I want to use Messenger. So... I think that is the primary point I want to get across. There's no point in fighting that. I think otherwise I'm very disappointed in the state of the game. Myself. I appreciate that most of the dev team did not know the game was going to die, and that the all PvP developers or PvP oriented developers are going to be on Marathon and only Marathon. Okay, I'm just going to switch to Handcam. No, I'm just going to use this. Think of it. This lobby's not worth playing in. So... I can see, to an extent, see to an extent why we did not get a decent sandbox, but I was thinking we'd get more than just, I guess we have to nerf it RGO. I guess we can't just let Tankinins toot out for free. I guess. But that's all it feels like we got. And maybe like a couple lighting changes. Which just isn't good enough. I'm quite upset we even ended up in this place in the first place, because we had a good sandbox when Into the Light dropped, but since Shape they've just been force-feeding this ability meta on us, and it's just so not enjoyable. I don't know a single human being who has genuinely said, yeah, this is a great sandbox, this is awesome, everyone loves this. Okay. Like, I just don't get why they've been so insistent on it. Like, if you get one dev for like an hour, I'm telling you. Give one person who plays the game. Just give one person who plays the game access to the, like, the files or something, and then do a better job at this point. That's what it feels like. I'm really hoping we get private servers running sooner than later. And hopefully we find a way to make a sandbox that's decent. In the meantime, I'm hoping they disable every non-PvP sub bonus. And you know what, I'm gonna load into another match. Just because. There we go. So, yeah, I hope they disable every non-PvP sub-bonus. By that, I mean, like, stuff like Bushido. Or, like, the raid sets would be disabled. But just, like, I don't know, like, with the Crucible, the Trials, and the Iron Banner sets enabled, that would solve a lot of problems immediately. It wouldn't solve everything, but it would definitely solve a lot of problems, and I feel like eventually they'll stop disabling stuff as well. So let's just do it all at once, man. Just get rid of them. I'm telling you, anyone who will be upset by that, like, you don't need to listen to their opinion. I'd just be so blunt. I guess, like, more specific examples of loadouts. Obviously, all the one-shot builds going around, but stuff like high melee stat. Just in general, high melee stat with a glaive, especially. I know for a fact there's still going to be people going around with high melee stat, glaive, and, like, what was it, like, ECs and Excalibur or something. Trying to think, there's been so many. Like, I think basically every exotic sidearm is problematic. With the exception of maybe Traveler's Chosen. Like, stuff like that, even. I don't really name everything, because I don't want people to know about it, because I know for a fact I know for a fact the way people are, they will just run it because they think it's funny, but they're ruining everyone's time. That's just the plain and simple rule of some people. Which again, what I mean about just, you look at that, you're just a bad person if you run that shit. That says so much about your character to me. Again, was it Bungie's job to fix it? Yeah. But you're still actively running it. I think another thing as well, if you do find any of these builds, just keep them quiet. There are, I think, several I can think of at the top of my head. I'm probably never gonna talk about them. I was actually tempted to make a video complaining about the meta before it came out because I knew this exact thing was gonna happen. And I had to stop myself because I realized if I was gonna do that, then I'm gonna let people know about so much stupid shit that should not be in the game. It does also almost make me wonder if it's on purpose, just a Sony decision. They can't make Crucible good because they have to get marathon sales, which I believe. I believe that entirely. It would explain why the game suddenly went from, like, the best place it was to... Why are we suddenly in a pulse rifle meta again? Oh, okay, we both got ourselves. Why are we suddenly in a pulse rifle meta again? By ability spam. Just does not make sense. I think, logically. That could be just pursuit. I'm surprised Landfall didn't kill him then. But yeah, I don't think I need to complete using the match even. I think I got my point across, so... I don't know, I'll make like an actual video for tomorrow, because there's a couple weapons I wanna... So there is a particular weapon I want to talk about now. But until then, if you want actual content and not this, then... comment, sub, whatever. Bye.